Today I'm talking about trusting the process. It's difficult, but God's timing is perfect. The refinement process of character, the refinement process of pursuing your dream and making it a reality, the everyday challenges and difficulties that arise, those are actually the defining moments of what it takes to make the dream possible, because you are becoming the person that can bring those into existence. Without that uncomfortable process, there would be no dream on the other side of it. It wouldn't be worth anything because you didn't work for it. So I'm making this right now because honestly I'm pissed off. Like, I'm upset at the length of time that some of these things take. I'm upset at, like, just what's not happening. I'm focused on all of the wrong things. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, is where you're in the middle, or you're just beginning a dream, a journey, a venture, whatever it is, and things aren't really happening. They aren't materializing the way you expected them to yet. And what I'm focusing on is not really caring about my feelings in it, because there's the part of me, that fleshly part, that's gonna um, try and sway me to do or not do certain things when I know what it is that I need to do, and that is to have faith and just to put in the work and to let the fruit flow through me. And that doesn't need to happen according to my timeline. I just need to keep showing up. And when I'm consistent, I do enjoy the process afterwards of getting better and getting seeing improvement in myself, seeing improvement in my progress towards the dream, towards the person that I'm becoming. So um, I guess saying it out loud right now, I'm enjoying that part of it. But when I'm looking at all of the physical things, the present reality, it makes me upset, and it I think that's because I'm trying to put all uh, all of my future. I'm trying to wrap it up, and I'm just not being patient enough to let that process work on me, to let that faith develop in me while I'm working towards it, because that's part of it, right? Having faith, but also working towards it, progressing towards it day in, day out, and getting better at your craft and getting better at that future vision you're trying to work towards. So, one, maybe hopefully just give some encouragement, but I'll give some practical steps too of what you can do, or what I'm doing, working on my dreams and what I'm looking at every day to try and make progress towards them while I'm still sitting in the current reality. So these videos are part of it, ministering to other people, learning how to talk better, learning how to get my ideas, bring them into an encapsulation, and translate them into a way that resonates and makes sense. And then every day looking at the progress that I'm making. I would say that's one key practical tip that you can do in your life. Measure um, the wins, measure the progress, and show up every day to whatever goal that is in your mind. There are some areas where I'm not as good at this too, that I want to get better at pursuing my music and doing the annoying things like doing scales and doing these tedious tasks. that actually improves upon and builds that muscle, songwriting and putting together these things, working with other people, collaborating with other people. Those are all aspects of the music side of things in my dream too, that I could be better at. So, but what I'm not doing anymore is beating myself up for the lack there. I could be upset that that future isn't here yet, but I don't want to listen to those voices, those emotions anymore, because that it's not actually true. I haven't been doing all of these things for so long. My time and my perspective is kind of um, selfish in a lot of ways, where I think that just because I'm doing something and working on something, that it should happen immediately. Like that's it's just not realistic. It's not true. It's not how it works. They're just facts of reality that that I need to come to terms with, and that's actually a benefit, because when I'm working towards these things, I'm getting better at them. I'm becoming a better person. I'm getting better at the skills that I find valuable and that I want to translate to other people. And the whole time, I'm actually learning what I need to learn along the way. But I just want to get to the end result. I don't want to go through all of that that uncomfortable process, the building, growing, evolving. It almost feels like a little bit of a crucible, a grinding of, soul and effort and all of those things. But what I'm realizing is that that's so important. That's that's the real teacher in all of this, that God is working on me through this. Because if it was me, I would just immediately give me all of the I would give myself the future and the spotlight and all of those things. But um what God sees is that he wants me to be built up as a man while that happens. So if you're in a season right now, in a beginning season, or in the middle, in the trenches while you're building, um, look at the perspective of God. Look at, hey, is this really um, should I really expect this result to happen with the amount of effort and the amount of time that I put in? Or is my expectations a little too selfish? Are they a little too audacious? Are they, how you almost think like, how dare I think that I should be at this point at the end of the journey when I'm really at the beginning point? I'm learning, and that's okay. That's where I should be at right now, and that's the process. Even if it's upsetting, even if I'm pissed off, right? And within that, you could really, if you continue on and just do those daily actions despite how you feel, there's a really amazing reward somehow just in the process, in the doing of the thing, despite your emotions, despite your there's some internal reward, character building that happens when you do it despite the result. So I could speak, that's evidence of my life just here in this video, that I've noticed my speaking is a little bit better than when I started. My ideas are a little bit more concise than when I started. I was pissed off today, but I still showed up and wanted to try and convey some advice, some wisdom from someone. Maybe like I might just be like one step ahead, or I might be 10 steps behind you, and this might still resonate. But I I think that sharing of our ideas, sharing of our pursuits while we're on the dream, documenting where I am in my journey will give a lot of encouragement and reference point to maybe how long it takes, how much effort it takes, and the willingness and the progress and the lessons along the way, so that we could share those with each other, that we can all, progress and keep the motivation, keep the discipline long enough to realize those dreams. So wanted to give this encouragement. So keep dreaming, my friends. The kingdom is with you.